In the quiet moments of our lives, when the world's clamor fades or its weight presses in, we often turn to prayer. We lift our voices, sometimes in fervent pleas, sometimes in weary sighs, sending words upward, hoping they reach beyond the veil of our human understanding. For many, prayer can feel like a solitary monologue, a whisper into the vastness, where the echo of our own voice is the only reply. We speak of faith, we express our needs, and we offer our thanks. Yet there can remain a subtle yearning for something more, a tangible sense of divine proximity, a profound assurance that our words are not merely ascending, but that a divine presence is also actively descending, filling the very space we occupy. This is not just about a fleeting thought or a hopeful wish. It is an invitation to an experience that transcends the ordinary, transforming the air around us, infusing our reality with an unmistakable, palpable sacredness. Consider for a moment the profound difference between a polite acknowledgement and a deep, soul-stirring communion. We are taught to be grateful, to utter thank you for blessings received, and this is good, a foundational stone of faith. Yet what if gratitude itself holds a deeper secret, an untapped power that goes far beyond mere appreciation? What if it is not just an expression of what we feel, but a vibrational key, a sacred pathway designed to unlock an immediate, tangible connection with the divine? This is the unique angle we explore, moving beyond gratitude as a duty to embracing it as a transformative force. It is about understanding that when specific, heartfelt intentions align with a profound sense of thankfulness, the very fabric of our spiritual engagement shifts, activating a connection so potent it feels as if heaven itself is drawing near, not just as an abstract concept, but as a felt reality. Imagine, if you will, not just sending your prayers out, but experiencing them as an inward unfolding. Picture a golden light, not external, but radiating from within your very core, a divine warmth spreading through every fiber of your being. This is the promise of a gratitude that is not just spoken, but deeply channeled, a gratitude that transforms from a simple emotion into a powerful conduit. The silence around you, once perhaps empty or heavy with unspoken burdens, begins to breathe with vibrant life. The very air you inhale shimmers with a palpable peace, an undeniable tranquility that settles deep within your spirit. It is a peace that stands firm against the anxieties of the day, a peace that anchors you amidst the storms because it is infused with God's intimate embrace, an embrace that is not distant or theoretical, but profoundly present. This journey is for those who yearn for a deeper walk, for a connection so vivid, so undeniable, that it forever alters their perception of reality and their daily interaction with the divine. It is for those who have perhaps felt disconnected, or whose prayers have felt ungrounded, seeking a way to bridge the gap between human limitation and divine omnipotence. The problem is not a lack of God's willingness to connect, but perhaps our own limited understanding of the powerful channels available to us. We often seek God in grand gestures or miraculous interventions, overlooking the subtle yet profound power inherent in a truly thankful heart, intentionally focused and deeply engaged. This is about discovering that the most powerful invitation of all, the one that truly brings heaven down to earth, is not a desperate plea, but a profound, intentional, and channeled gratitude. It is a pathway to an immediate, tangible connection, a way to experience the divine presence not just in a church building or during a structured prayer time, but in the very space you inhabit, in the very moments of your everyday life. This prayer seeks to awaken that understanding, to guide you into that transformative experience, where every breath becomes an act of connection, and every beat of your heart echoes with the divine. This is not a prayer to simply endure or to beg. It is a prayer to awaken, to receive, and to participate in a divine exchange. It is about recognizing that we are not passive recipients of grace, but active co-creators in the spiritual realm through our intentional alignment with God's will and presence. The world often feels chaotic, filled with unseen pressures and spiritual adversaries that seek to dim our light and disrupt our peace. Yet, within this prayer, we will discover how a profound, intentional gratitude becomes a shield, a beacon, and a powerful declaration of God's sovereignty over every circumstance. It is a journey from merely speaking to God to truly experiencing God's profound presence with us, filling our very being and our surroundings. We will move beyond the common understanding of prayer as an assent of words to embracing it as a descent of divine power, a tangible infusion of peace and presence that transforms our reality and equips us for every challenge. This sacred pathway we embark upon is designed to reveal how the transformative power of God's Spirit can manifest directly in your life, not as a distant whisper, but as an unmistakable, profound presence that fills your very space. It is a journey into the heart of divine intimacy, where gratitude becomes the key that unlocks immediate, tangible connection, where mere appreciation transforms into a powerful conduit, and where the very fabric of your reality feels infused with God's intimate embrace. We will explore how this connection, so vivid and undeniable, can forever alter your walk, proving that gratitude, when profoundly understood and intentionally channeled, is the most powerful invitation of all, bringing heaven down to earth not just in abstract faith but in palpable experience. This palpable experience, this profound sense of divine presence that permeates your space, is not merely a comforting sensation. It is the very essence of an unyielding promise, deeply etched into the eternal fabric of sacred writ. It anchors your spirit in an immutable truth, that with God you are fortified against every onslaught. Consider the resounding declaration found in Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the Lord's servants, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." This isn't a mere poetic utterance. It is a divine decree, a sovereign edict establishing an absolute boundary for every opposing force in your life, whether seen or unseen. This divine decree extends far beyond the clanging of literal swords or the siege of physical walls. It encompasses the insidious whispers of doubt that attempt to erode your resolve, the venomous accusations hurled by unseen adversaries, and the overwhelming tides of despair that threaten to engulf your spirit. When the Almighty declares that no weapon forged against you will prosper, it signifies an absolute, comprehensive invincibility granted to those who walk in His light. This protective mantle covers not only your external circumstances, but also the most intimate chambers of your heart and mind, shielding them from the corrosive effects of fear and anxiety. It means that the schemes of darkness, no matter how cunningly devised, are ultimately rendered powerless against the divine will. Furthermore, this isn't a passive assurance. It is an active, ongoing intervention. The Lord does not merely watch from a distance as you navigate life's treacherous terrain. He stands as an immovable bulwark, a celestial sentinel positioned squarely between you and every opposing force. His very presence serves as an impenetrable shield, deflecting the fiery darts of temptation and neutralizing the cunning strategies of spiritual darkness. Picture a towering citadel, its foundations laid in eternity, its walls impervious to any assault. That citadel is the divine protection encompassing your life, not by your limited might, but by His boundless sovereign decree. This constant vigilance ensures that no scheme of the adversary can ultimately succeed against you. Consequently, this profound truth empowers you to rise above circumstances that would otherwise crush the faint-hearted. It is the spiritual bedrock upon which your courage is built, enabling you to face daunting challenges not with trepidation, but with an unwavering confidence rooted in divine backing. When the world seeks to cast you down, when your spirit feels beleaguered by life's relentless pressures, remember that the hand that upholds the cosmos is also the hand that lifts you with an unparalleled strength. This divine upliftment is not a fleeting emotional surge. It is a fundamental shift in your spiritual posture, transforming you from a potential victim into a victor, from one who merely endures to one who decisively overcomes every obstacle with grace and fortitude. Moreover, the assurance that no weapon will prevail extends to the battles waged within the confines of your own mind and heart. The anxieties that gnaw, the fears that paralyze, the self-condemnation that binds, these too are weapons designed to disarm your faith and steal your peace. Yet, the same divine promise declares their ultimate impotence against a spirit anchored in God's truth. By contrast, when you internalize this scriptural revelation, it becomes an unshakable anchor for your soul, steadying you amidst internal turmoil. It allows you to refute every accusing thought, every lie whispered by despair, with the authoritative voice of God's unchanging word. Your mind, once a potential battleground, becomes a sanctuary of peace, guarded by the very spirit of truth and fortified by divine wisdom. Another crucial layer is understanding the mechanism of this divine defense and upliftment. It is not through brute force alone, but through the wisdom that confounds the cunning, the peace that surpasses all human understanding, and the unwavering light of truth that exposes every deception. When you align your declarations and your faith with this eternal promise, you are not merely speaking words. You are activating spiritual laws that supersede earthly limitations. You are stepping into a heritage of divine vindication, where God Himself champions your cause and silences every accuser. This empowerment means that even in moments of perceived human weakness, an indomitable strength flows from the divine source, enabling you to stand firm and witness the dismantling of every adversarial construct. The Lord's commitment to defend and uplift you is as constant and reliable as the rising sun, a covenant sealed not by human frailty, but by His immutable, everlasting nature. He does not merely offer protection, He embodies it, making you an extension of His unconquerable dominion, a living testament to His supreme authority. Reflecting on this journey so far, a profound truth begins to crystallize, not as a collection of separate insights, but as an interwoven tapestry of divine revelation. We've moved beyond the initial whispers of prayer, ascending to a deeper understanding where the very act of intentional thankfulness we've come to understand is not merely an outward expression, but an inward recalibration. It is in this space of heartfelt appreciation that the ethereal nature of spiritual connection transforms into something undeniably tactile, a palpable current flowing not just to us, but through us, permeating the very atmosphere we inhabit. This is the essence of a divine encounter that reshapes our perception of reality itself, proving that the sacred is not confined to distant realms, but is intimately present, breathing life into our immediate surroundings. Drawing these strands together, we see how this profound presence, once a hopeful longing, becomes the very ground upon which we stand. It is a presence that does not merely observe, but actively intercedes, cultivating an inner citadel within the spirit, rendering it impervious to the disturbances and discordant energies that seek to undermine our peace. This profound assurance, born from the convergence of a grateful heart and an active divine intervention, shifts our orientation from defense to dominion. It's akin to discovering an invisible shield, not merely theoretical, but one that deflects and dissolves every opposing force, seen and unseen, before it can even touch the core of our being. This realization fosters an unshakable inner calm, a resilience that transcends mere human fortitude, rooted in a power far greater than any earthly challenge. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider how this integrated understanding redefines our daily walk. No longer are we navigating life's complexities as isolated individuals, vulnerable to every passing storm. Instead, we are enveloped in an embrace so complete, so pervasive, that it retunes our very being to the frequency of divine harmony. The anxieties that once loomed large begin to recede, not because circumstances have vanished, but because our internal landscape has been reordered by an indwelling peace that surpasses all conventional understanding. This isn't about ignoring the world's demands, but about encountering them from a place of unassailable spiritual equilibrium, where every step is guided by an unseen hand, every decision illuminated by an inner light. This cumulative effect of profound gratitude, birthing tangible presence and impregnable protection, empowers us to move forward not with trepidation, but with an invigorated sense of purpose. It's the difference between merely hoping for victory and knowing with an absolute certainty that victory is already assured through divine alignment. This profound knowing translates into a spiritual boldness, a quiet confidence that allows us to speak life into barren places, to declare truth over deception, and to stand firm in the face of adversity. The journey has revealed that the pathway to this potent existence is not found in striving or straining, but in the simple yet profound act of opening oneself fully to the transformative power inherent in true appreciation, allowing it to act as a profound invitation for heaven to descend and establish its dominion within and around us. This convergence of insights culminates in a singular, powerful truth that the divine connection we seek is not a distant aspiration, but an immediate reality, activated by the very posture of our hearts. It is a continuous unfolding, a deepening wellspring of strength and clarity that becomes increasingly accessible as we intentionally cultivate this sacred pathway of gratitude. This is the foundation upon which all future interactions with the divine can be built, transforming fleeting moments of prayer into enduring experiences of profound presence, preparing the ground for an even deeper commitment and an overflowing of blessing. The stage is now set for a final, powerful affirmation of trust and a renewed dedication to living within this palpable reality, a life truly infused with the divine. And so, we arrive at the profound culmination of this sacred journey, a realization that transcends mere intellectual assent and descends into the very essence of our being. What began as an exploration of prayer's ascent has transformed into an undeniable experience of divine descent, where the sacred is no longer a distant concept, but a palpable presence, filling every fiber of our existence and permeating the space we occupy. This is not a fleeting whisper, but an enduring resonance, a continuous echo of heaven's embrace within the earthly realm. The golden light we envisioned unfurling from within is not a momentary flash, but a perpetual glow, a divine warmth that now settles deep, an abiding comfort that reshapes the very landscape of our inner world. The air around us no longer shimmers with a temporary peace, but breathes with a vibrant, living tranquility, a testament to God's intimate presence having taken root, forever altering the fabric of our reality. This transformative shift from a hopeful aspiration to a lived reality is the true marvel of gratitude, profoundly understood and intentionally channeled. It is the vibrational key, not just to unlocking an occasional moment of connection, but to establishing an immediate, tangible, and uninterrupted communion. We have moved beyond the common utterance of thank you to embracing gratitude as a transformative force, a powerful conduit through which heaven descends and earth is sanctified. This understanding reshapes our spiritual posture entirely. No longer do we merely send our prayers upwards, hoping they might be heard. We now stand in a dynamic exchange, where our heartfelt appreciation acts as an open invitation, and God's profound presence actively pours into our lives, making His dwelling place not just in the heavens, but within the very sanctuary of our hearts and homes. This is the profound implication of our journey, that the divine is not merely out there, but demonstrably here, interwoven with the mundane, elevating the ordinary into the extraordinary. The enduring impact of this realization is nothing short of revolutionary for our daily walk. When we grasp that intentional gratitude is the most powerful invitation bringing heaven down to earth, every challenge takes on a different dimension. The anxieties that once threatened to overwhelm lose their grip, not because they vanish, but because they are met by an unshakable, palpable peace that surpasses all understanding. The fears that sought to paralyze are diffused by the indwelling courage born of divine proximity. We are no longer navigating life's complexities as isolated individuals, vulnerable to every passing storm, but as those enveloped in an embrace so complete, so pervasive, that it acts as an impenetrable shield. This is the truth of no weapon forged against you will prevail, made manifest not as a distant promise, but as an immediate, tangible reality, secured by the very presence of God within and around us. It means that even in the face of adversity, our spirit remains anchored, our hope unwavering, because the source of our strength is not our own frail humanity, but the boundless, intimate power of the divine. The true practice begins now, not in a grand declaration, but in every quiet breath, every conscious choice to center ourselves in this profound gratitude. It is an invitation to live a life steeped in the undeniable reality of God's intimate embrace, to walk not towards His presence, but within it, making every moment an act of worship and every space a sanctuary. Let this understanding be the guiding light that illuminates your path, a constant reminder that you are never alone, never unequipped, and never truly separated from the source of all life and love. Cultivate this sacred pathway, allow gratitude to be the very breath of your spirit, and witness how the ordinary moments of your existence become infused with the miraculous, a continuous testament to heaven's profound descent into your very being. For in this intentional channeling, you don't just seek God, you become a living vessel for His presence, forever altering your walk and proving with every beat of your heart that gratitude is indeed the most powerful invitation of all.